Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. As always, it's your host, Brandon. I'm with Preacher.
Hello, Matt.
And, happy Saturday.
Yeah, first Saturday pod.
First Saturday pod, and we're going to continue to roll these things out on Saturdays.
Through the end of the year.
The
whole season. Whole season Saturday pods. That's right, we are changing. We're going to release an episode on Thursday to preview, or to break down the previous week, and then preview the Thursday game, and if there's any Friday games or Saturday games or whatever. And then we will break down an episode on Saturday, breaking down all the Sunday games and the Monday game. So, Saturday's episodes are going to be a little bit longer, but you know what? It doesn't matter because NFL season's here.
Football's here.
College football's here. NFL season's here. It is a great time to be alive. Before we get into Sunday and Monday's matchup, we broke down our GGL redraft league. We had that big two-parter redraft
and
the recap. So we're going to fill you in, listeners, whether you're on the pod or on YouTube, of some
notable
trades that have happened recently.
I'm going to leave the first trade for last because, in my opinion, it's the biggest.
Correct. And it includes members of this pod.
One of the very own Goons.
Yes.
So, there was a trade between, Terry and the neighbor kid. Terry acquired Tua Tagovailoa and gave up Cousins and James Conner. Kind of got taken to the cleaners, but he said he was going to drop Cousins anyways because he had too many roster spots. So, it is what it is. Second trade that's went through is actually between myself and Preacher. I offered this man Rashee Rice for Michael Pittman, and he gobbled the trade right up. Fell right into my trap.
While you say trap, I don't think that's much of a trap at all. So I was actually okay with the trade. I think I'm a little concerned on what's been happening with the Colts this offseason. I'm really high on Anthony Richardson, but maybe I'm a little concerned that his running abilities might actually take a little bit away from Michael Pittman. As high as I was on Pittman, I kind of fallen off the train a little bit.
I get it.
Got a little scared, so I took that trade. And then it was the big one, right?
There was a definite big one.
The big one.
And it involves
A blockbuster?
one of our most trusted Goons.
Yes.
Sean
O'Mac.
Terry.
Absolutely.
Terry was active last week.
Terry.
Anyhow. Terry, he big name blinded our boy.
Yes.
Sean asked Terry, hey, what'll it take to get Justin Jefferson? And I will not give you Jamar Chase. So Terry thought, and he sent over Justin Jefferson for Deebo Samuel and Jonathan Taylor. And Sean accepted that thing within minutes.
Wild.
And we seen that go through, and I took myself back. I looked at Sean's team, and I said, you might accidentally have just f***ed your entire season. You might have ruined your season because now he is so boom or bust that it's almost impossible for him to come back unless the 5 rookies that are on his team can ball out. Now, don't get me wrong. He has Malik Neighbors that we're all high on. He has Ladd McConkey that we're all high on. Okay. But they're still rookies. Most of the time, they're not going to do all of that. Okay? Not everybody can be Puka Nakua's rookie year.
Puka Nakua.
And the thing is, for Sean, he needs a Puka Nakua. He put himself into some deep, deep waters.
Yeah.
I don't even have an. I can't even explain myself.
What?
I don't know.
Did you just see Justin Jefferson and was like,
Essentially,
I gotta have Justin Jefferson.
gotta have him.
Even though it was giving up 2 key players on your roster, which honestly, this trade, if it was Dynasty, I wouldn't have been. Maybe I would have taken it for a Dynasty perspective.
Maybe.
But in a redraft
yeah.
league, you just punted yourself a really contending. Now, don't get me wrong, your team's still a contender because our league is very evenly matched
It is.
from the starting lineup perspective. But man, that really kind of concerned me with what you took there.
Yeah.
Anything else there in the redraft league? That was a huge blockbuster trade.
Huge.
Crazy that happened.
I think we're pretty good on that.
All right, so without further ado, reminder to the folks at home: we're recording this on Tuesday, September the 3rd. So
We don't know what happened on Thursday and Friday night's game.
But if the Packers win, I'm super excited the Packers win. If they lose, well, it's only week 1. We got a long time to go. So who knows? I don't know if that game even is going on as of Tuesday. I mean,
We'll see.
It's going to happen. But we're going to break down week 1 Sunday games and the Monday night game. We're going to give couple key things that are happening in the game, some key fantasy perspectives for each team, and then we're going to give up our pick'ems. They're already on the board, but we're going to just go right through it. So let's start off. Week 1, Sunday, Bears versus the Titans.
Give me the Bears.
Give me, the Bears.
Yeah, give me the Bears.
So it's not because Brandon believes in Caleb Williams now.
He's on the train.
He's on the train.
Not on the train.
He bought the ticket.
Did not buy the ticket. I can't believe in Will Levis because he puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
He puts mayonnaise in his coffee?
I do not.
You never seen that?
I don't care if it was a prank or not. I will never forget it.
No, he literally drinks it that way.
No, it was a prank, but I will never forgive it.
What if it was a prank, but it actually wasn't a prank?
Ooh, he honeypotted us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we agree with the honeypot?
I think
He's
it is.
gaslighting us.
Yeah.
You're not using that word right still, bro. It's been months.
You're 45 years old. Like, gaslighting? Wow.
It's okay, man. He's trying his best.
Okay, Boomer.
Anyway, you want to talk about some notable starts for that week? D-Hop is still questionable. Mm-hmm. So Calvin Ridley, if you have him on your bench, is looking like almost like a must start in my opinion.
Fire up Ridley?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ridley, but if D-Hop is out, catch me putting him in a flex. For sure.
On the Chicago Bears side, obviously, Caleb Williams.
Go ahead.
I'm saying start him if he's like your super flex and you got a terrible quarterback
No
room.
one has a super flex.
Okay, well, if you had a normal league, just sit him on your bench and wait for him to
He's
blow
on
up.
the bench.
But you got Keenan Allen, who seems to be gaining a whole lot of weight. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. I would probably start Keenan Allen.
I'm going to tell you right now, with that sorry-ass defense that the Titans have, you can sign me up for starting Roma Dunze
Yes.
week 1.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
I think they're going to underplay him because of the other 2 stars are such big names. They're going to underplay him, and I think he's going to have a really nice game.
Sign me up. Sign me up for DeAndre Swift too against that run defense.
Absolutely.
all right, so moving on. Second game on our list, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons. From a non-fantasy perspective, well, I mean, it's still fantasy perspective, but Arthur Smith, former head coach of Atlanta, now offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson gets the nod for week 1 starting quarterback. You got Atlanta with Kirk O'Chains, new head coach. Kirk O'Chains' first game there. What are we thinking? What's our picks for that game? And what are we thinking fantasy-wise?
Give me Hotlanta. Hotlanta's going to win that.
I took the Falcons.
And that was the second sweep on the board because we all took the Falcons on this one. Key fantasy matchups.
Let me tell you something. It's kind of hard for me to start almost anyone against the Steelers defense. As much shit as I like to talk about the Steelers, that defense is absolutely stacked. If your quarterback can't have time in a pocket, I don't care what kind of wide receivers you got, you can't throw to them. And when you got TJ, Cameron Hayward, Alex Highsmith.
He just got a bag.
He did, actually.
We did break this on the last episode. Cameron Hayward signed a 3-year, $45 million deal that includes $15 million to sign and $16 million fully guaranteed and $29 million in new money. So
yeah,
he got a bag at 35. So it's probably safe to say that he'll probably end up finishing his career in
definitely
in Pittsburgh. But that defense is just...
But like I'm saying, it's so hard to start anybody against that team. But the only thing I will say about it is I know they have Patrick Queen in the middle now, kind of watching, the middle. I still like Pitts as a start this week. For sure.
Minka out there?
Yeah, I really do. Drake London for me, though, is a no-go. If you have another option, I'm not saying you sit your second-round pick. Don't say that. But if you have an abundance of wideouts, maybe look about sitting London for this week.
What about Pickens?
Ooh, Pickens against... Ooh, man. I don't like it with Jesse Bates lurking out there. I don't like anything deep with Bates out there.
Some sleeper I like for this game, fantasy-wise, is Freiermuth.
Absolutely. Freiermuth
I
is
think
probably
Wilson
feast.
is going to look for him a lot. He's going to go underneath a lot.
Yep.
Let's not forget that Falcons defense is revamped.
Yeah, it's definitely solid.
Would you maybe say Russell Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's maybe a dark... if let's just say you punted the quarterback position in your redraft league and you have Russell Wilson and... No way? No way. Okay.
Nope.
All right, well, let's continue on. Jacksonville versus Miami. Florida versus Florida matchup. Big year for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There's so much fantasy in this game, man.
There
It's
is.
insane.
You got
Both teams.
You
Lawrence.
gotta start Ingram against that Dolphins defense.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, Evan Ingram. You've got ETN. You have Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas Jr., Gabe Day. On Miami, you've got Akapula.
Flag. Get that shit out of here, bro.
All right. Tua.
Play now.
You got Tua, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, and then everybody else. Jalen Waddle.
Mostert.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of Dolphins' running game against the Jags. Jags line is pretty weak, but they have 2 or 3 very solid linebackers. I think the Dolphins are going to win this, but their running game, I think, might be a little shaky.
All right.
I took the Jags.
Yeah, as you see on the board here, Sean and I took the Jags. You take the.
I think Tua's going
Dolphins.
to eat that secondary alive.
Okay. Any other kind of key factors here? Like, would you take Brian Thomas Jr. in his first game, or would you
No.
force to sit him?
I would sit.
I would give them a couple weeks.
Yeah. I would sit just to see what happens.
there. All right, now to one rookie again to another rookie. The New England Patriots against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Is Brissett starting that?
I believe Brissett's starting,
Yes, he's
but
the
they
starter.
also have Jalen Polk as wide receiver there. Probably sitting him there. Did we sweep this one?
The
Or?
only thing I like from the Patriots right now, I like Polk, but not right now, if I like Stevenson.
I like Ramondre. Sign me up.
But yet,
I took the Bengals.
we swept again.
Right.
Why
And
wouldn't
when
you
I
take the
when I picked the Bengals, I completely forgot about Chase sitting out or if he's going to play or not.
The coach said the other day that there's a high likelihood.
I think at the end of the day, I think he's playing week 1.
And I'm
He's
really curious to see how Burrow looks.
He doesn't have a lot of leverage. I mean, that boy throwing mallards.
Whack, whack.
Right.
But so that game, it should be an even for like. Definitely not even.
Not even. I don't know where the hell you're going with this.
I was actually looking at the game after this, but
I'm sitting over here like Trey Hendrickson could take all 5 offensive linemen on at once.
Sorry, I was over here looking at the next game on this.
Yeah, no, definitely not even. The Bengals are going to stop.
Sorry, anyhow.
And I'm really curious to get a handle on that Cincinnati backfield. I want to see who's going to get the bulk of the carries, Brown or Moss.
It is still unclear. They are still battling. I think Moss will get the nod for week 1. And if he
doesn't come out of the gate,
if he doesn't overdo expectations, they are going to give that thing to Brown.
yeah.
You got Brown on your fantasy team, you better stash him in that back pocket.
Don't let him go.
No.
All right, so the game I actually was talking about, the Houston Texans against the Indianapolis Colts in Indy.
Can't wait.
What do we think of this one?
It's going to be a really good game. Give me the Colts.
Dude, another game. Loaded with fantasy
Loaded.
players. Loaded.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. Both sides.
Yeah. It's nuts.
What do you like in this matchup? I'm going right out of the gate. What do you like?
Get it.
Who do you want?
I took the Texans.
Yeah, right. Give me the Colts, because this is our Colts. This is our team.
Oh, no.
Not again.
Again, man. Seth the Flow. I can't wait for him to drop his new his new video of week 1 out there. But yeah, anyhow, you got the Texans. Hey, go ahead. Why the Texans?
I like CJ. Well, okay, so look, here's my thing. Both the Texans' offense on paper is loaded, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how it mixes together on the field. I took the Texans. I basically, when I made that decision, I took CJ over Richardson. Richardson's coming off injury, right? Mm-hmm. He's got Pittman and he's got Taylor. It's pretty much even, but I took the Texans in the end.
You know, I'm going to actually disagree. I think the Texans have way more firepower. I just think the Colts are going to put it together. They are at home, which, as much as stupid as this might sound, I don't think home field advantage means that much unless you're literally Lambeau in a snowstorm or Arrowhead. I don't think it matters that much. But I do think they're going to put it together. I have nothing but faith in Anthony Richardson. His injuries last year, like I've said before, I don't think are flukes. That dude's arm looks just as strong as ever. He's put on another 10 pounds of muscle in the offseason. If that dude wanted to not be a quarterback anymore, he could flip and play frickin' linebacker. That dude is solid. I don't think that they can get him at all. If he gets loose, it's game over.
I look for Tank Dell to have a big game.
I think my biggest concern in this game and why I want the Colts is I think that Stephon Diggs is going to start problems week 1.
Right out of the gate?
Right out of the
Starting
gate.
preseason.
I say this because C.J. Stroud has really honestly came into the league last year with a team that got bought in around him. His whole team bought in around him. You saw that with Tank Dell. You saw that with Nico. And everybody, they were all in. And now you bring in a guy with Stephon Diggs, which honestly is... I can't imagine Stephon turns a new leaf. He showed it in preseason. He's going to complain. He's going to cause issues in the locker room. And is it going to fluster C.J. Stroud in week 1 in the divisional game? This game matters so much.
Big divisional game right out of the gate.
Yeah,
love it.
I mean, there's no patty cake game. There's no I can afford to lose this one. This is a bona fide, playoff contending, and honestly, big playoff implications in week 1 for both of these teams. And I think that's where I want to give the nod to the Colts. Now, it's going to be close. I mean, over-under has the Colts favored 2.5 right now on FanDuel. So, it's going to be a super close game, but I just feel like the Colts are going to manage it out. We already talked about the fantasy implications with Anthony Richardson. C.J. Stroud's huge fantasy implications.
How are we feeling about Mixon?
I mean, Joe Mixon.
I
don't know what to expect from him in Houston.
It's very scary to. I think he's going to get the goal line work, if that matters. He's a great pass catching back, but
there's also a lot of room.
Way too many mouths to feed.
Yeah, I mean somebody's going to have to give up catches in that roster.
And we know it's not going to be Stephon Diggs.
Definitely not Stephon Diggs. Anyhow, going from Indianapolis to MetLife. New York Giants are hosting the Minnesota Vikings.
Give Jefferson.
Yeah, we heard about you getting Jefferson, buddy.
You got Jefferson. Sam Darnold taking the helm. Malik Neighbors in his first game. It's I don't know, man. This game is a coin flip.
This should have been on Thursday night.
I wouldn't even have Gino pick this game.
I'm just saying that this is definitely looking like a mid of the season Thursday night game, not a week 1 game.
Like seriously, who is it? Is it?
What?
Is it? It's.
Anyway, give me the Vikings.
Keep going.
Give me the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings.
Give me the Giants.
There's no one that can contain Jay Jettas.
Did I say? Give me the Vikings. Let's keep on moving. No, big implications. Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. You got Fumble Jones throwing to Malik Neighbors and Sam Darnold throwing to Justin Jefferson. So,
I just want to bring it up. My favorite Daniel Jones highlight of all time is when he had that 60-yard breakaway run for a touchdown and he tripped at the 10. He tripped at the 10 and they caught up to him at the 2. It's my favorite Daniel Jones highlight of all time.
All right. The worst team in NFL last year, Carolina Panthers, playing the New Orleans Saints.
Saints are going to wash that ass.
We definitely flipped that one.
I don't know what the spread is, but take the spread on the Saints.
3.5.
They are going to absolutely demolish that 3.5.
Fantasy implications at all on this one?
Yeah, Olave. Start him. Kamara, I'm not a huge fan of him, as we all know, but I think the only real key player on that Carolina defense is it's the D tackle. I'm forgetting his name. Derek Brown, maybe. He broke the D tackle record last season. I was at that game, actually. I was in Carolina for the Bucs game.
Oh.
Yeah, and he broke the record while I was there. It was actually a pretty cool experience.
That's dope.
Anyway,
how are we feeling about Deontay Johnson? He's got to have Bryce. He's got to have someone to throw the ball to.
I mean,
or just what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely start Kamara for sure. Yeah, I'm not high on him, but against the Panthers, I'm high on anybody.
Anyhow, Deontay Johnson. What about him?
No, he's got to have someone to throw him the ball.
With Marshawn Lattimore blanketing him.
I'm not starting
Not this
I'm
game.
not even starting anybody off of well, yeah, I'm definitely not starting anybody off of Carolina. Moving on, Sean's Maserati Marv versus Evo's Keon Coleman. That's the Arizona Cardinals.
Did you guys
the
see
Buffalo
that one-handed
Bills.
catch he had
that
in
was
practice?
sick.
That was gorgeous.
All right.
I think it's another wash. I think we all picked Bills on that one.
Yeah.
Come on now. What? You can't just... You broke the set, preacher.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Well, Sean flipped one game, so I got a little confused there. But yeah, we took Bills. Next game, and
What just happened?
You just can't grab the props.
well, no. The way
These
I was, look. The way I was looking at it, it looked like Bills, like a diagonal, and the Chargers are more at a diagonal here. Anyhow.
Anyway, we're all taking the Bills.
We're all taking the Bills. Fantasy, obviously, Josh Allen.
Don't even talk about it. Keon Coleman
Keon
starting
Coleman.
his ass.
James Cook.
James, are you starting Kyler Murray?
Yes.
Yes.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Those are minimums.
Anybody else?
Trey McBride.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Trey McBride.
Starting Dalton Kincaid.
James Cook.
You're starting. If
You're
you
starting
have
everybody.
one of them, you're starting all of them.
Fire him up.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, man. Fire him up.
Dude, even if I had Khalil Shakir, I might throw him in a flex.
Whoa.
Terry's got him.
He does.
Here he has him.
The reason, though, is they don't know who the one is. They think it's going to be Samuel.
Who's the two?
They don't know.
Is it Curtis Samuel?
They don't know. We don't know. You don't know.
Is it Curtis Samuel?
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Fire up James Conner.
Okay.
All right, man.
Do you think that's... Speaking of James Conner, do you think James Conner is actually going to get more targets in this game because of the uncertainty at wide receiver?
Cook.
Or James Cook.
Flag!
It's a problem when you say two James in the same team.
Damn,
in different
bro.
teams, man.
James Cook is going to have a ball-out game because of the uncertainty. You are correct. I said a couple episodes ago, he has to play his best ball because he's going... For one, he's going to be out of a job if he doesn't. That's one. Two, that offense needs him and Kincaid. They need them.
Yeah.
It is that simple.
For sure.
Definitely firing up Marv.
Well, of course we're going to fire up Marv.
Definitely fire up Marv?
Yes.
You're definitely firing up Marv.
Yeah, I'll start anybody against the Cardinals defense, and I'll start anybody against the Carolina defense.
All right, anyhow, let's move on to the next game. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles...
What was that?
I don't know. Los Angeles Chargers.
Fire up, lad.
I'm McConkey.
Love that guy.
Coach Harbaugh. I'm taking the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers. Fantasy, Zamir White.
Yes.
That's a go.
Lad McConkey.
That's a go. That's a green light on line.
J. Herbs. Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is a
Devontae
go.
Adams,
That's
for
a
sure.
green light. It's kind of hard to say sit to one of them top guys. Like, I know I did to London earlier, but, like, you've got to have extenuating circumstances.
What about Brock Bowers?
Look, for most people, that's tight end one for most people. So you're gonna have to play him and see
Right.
what happens. But against that Chargers defense, I wouldn't mind it anyway. I'll give him a shot against the Chargers defense. What say you, Preach?
I feel like you have. If most people took it took him super high.
Yeah.
So you're
him like eighth round.
you're married to him.
Yeah.
You know, you're not.
Same with people that take Kyle Pitts. You're married. You're basically gonna fire that thing up every single week.
Right. I mean, running back Gus Edwards,
J.K. Dobbins?
If I would definitely have another option on my team other than Gus, and I would lean more to sitting Gus with the uncertainty. I think.
Well, Coach Harbaugh loves to run the rock.
What about The Rock?
I guess I question if he's going to change a little bit of his ways coming into the NFL the second
He is.
time
He's
around.
got to. He's got Justin Herbert.
Right. So, I mean, I think Lad McConkey definitely is going to have a little bit of a...
The Chargers cut Donald Parham.
No one gives a shit.
Anyhow,
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey, the Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks.
See.
Broncos.
Ew.
Ew.
Bo Nix?
Yep.
Bubble
Really?
Scream Bo?
I don't.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
I'd like to hear it.
The Seahawks.
Whoa!
Just because. I like how when you say an explicit, he gets real mad, but with me, it's just normal. Anyway, I think it's crazy that you're also going division blind, too.
Does this change anything? According to Adam Shefty, 39 minutes ago, wide receiver Kadarius Toney visited the Seahawks today.
They should
Sign him!
Please.
Sorry to interrupt, but
That's hilarious. I wouldn't sign Kadarius Toney with Gino's money. Let's just be honest here.
But looking at the game, you got Kenneth Walker, DK.
Kenneth Walker's about to walk all over them Broncos.
Uh,
If you got Kenneth Walker, I would make sure he's in a starting role.
yeah, why are you high on? Why did you choose the Broncos in this matchup?
I told you.
It's literally just because he's division blind.
I can't see it. I don't see it.
Same guy that says Marvin Harrison is. You're an odd fella. You're an oddball.
All right, do we just get on to the next game?
We might as well.
Moving on.
All right,
my
Dallas Cowboys
Ugh.
going to Cleveland to play the Cleveland Browns.
Give me the Browns.
Give me the boys all
Give
day.
me the boys on this one. Look, Deshaun Watson. Now, I feel like Deshaun Watson this year has to play lights out.
I disagree.
I think so Deshaun Watson really hasn't played a full year of football in multiple seasons.
There's 3.
So I feel like this year for Deshaun Watson has to be a prove it for him. Not necessarily for his contract, but for him alone. If he ever wants to see playing football long term after this contract, this year he has to go out and play.
I just want to add in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about playing football ever again with $270-something million fully guaranteed.
But if he wants to still play in the NFL after this contract,
Look, it doesn't matter. No one's going to want to take him anyway. Because I'm telling you right now, Deshaun Watson is in my bottom 5 of starting quarterbacks in the league. And I'm being dead serious on that. I would put him at 27 out of 32. I have zero faith in that man.
I wouldn't put him on Gino's team.
I get that.
you wouldn't sign Kadarius Toney, and you wouldn't sign Deshaun Watson.
You know what? I'm kind of hoping that the Panthers try to upgrade with Deshaun Watson and Kadarius Toney. Panthers, you're going to need somebody.
That might change my pick from earlier. Anyhow, so you got Deshaun Watson on the other side. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee's got the bag. He's come.
How many times do I have to say West Coast offense on this channel? Because blitzes and QB pressure doesn't happen when they run West Coast offense. It's that simple. I think Dak had the quickest release out of every single
He
quarterback
gets the
last.
ball out fast.
Yeah, it's less than 2 seconds is his average. Because the thing is with West Coast offense is nothing is waiting for something to develop. You make the play, you say it's going to CeeDee Lamb or it's going to Ferguson, you take a 3-step drop and you rocket the ball. It doesn't matter who's there, what the defense look like. This is the play, that's how we're running it, it's what we're doing. Simple.
All right. Man,
Browns defense is not gonna hurt.
why do you pick the Browns in this one? We got the boys. Why the Browns?
Just because I feel like the Browns defense is better. I like the Browns defense more.
Okay. I mean,
I hear you.
valid argument. Browns defense definitely is a stud.
I'm not gonna say they're bad because I believe they're arguably top 5.
Yeah.
And
I
I don't think Dallas signing Dalvin Cook this past week or whenever is going to have the.
Well, isn't Rico Dowdle number 1?
He is projected number 1, yes.
So, I mean,
Which is, I feel so bad for the Zeke fantasy owners out there.
whoever reached and got, some people reached to
They
get
did.
And I forget the team. Let me look it up real quick. Leonard Fournette is visiting somewhere too.
Is he?
Yes. Let me see if I can find it.
Is he fitting the boys?
I don't
I
know.
want to say it was the Colts, but don't quote me. Give me
Okay.
a second.
Leonard Fournette did a lot of heavy lifting for my Bucks a couple years back. But I will say he held Rashad White back. Because as soon as Fournette left, Rashad White balled out. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda happy that he left.
All right, so the Cook
Yes.
or Rico Dowdle at number 1. Mm-hmm. How long do we think that's gonna last?
Until he screws it up somehow, one way or another.
Who do you think takes his spot?
Zeke. I think Dalvin Cook proved last year he's washed.
Do you think there's no sign of life from Dalvin Cook?
One of them two has to get hurt for him to see the field.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yes, Fournette is currently working out for the Colts right now.
Okay.
That's a really nice backup for Taylor.
It is.
Solid. But he hasn't played in 2 years now, I think.
Didn't he play in Buffalo last year?
Did he? Did he ever suit up, though?
I want to say towards the end. Don't quote me.
All right. Anyway.
Anyhow, from Cleveland to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Washington Commanders.
You know what's scary is, obviously I'm picking my Bucks.
Right, obviously.
But I'm very high on that Commanders offense. It's got me a little worried, I won't lie. I got faith in my defense. I got faith in my boys. But I'm telling you, that offense is scary. And I might teach you guys a little bit of something. The Buccaneers have a curse. Rookie quarterbacks tend to whoop that ass on a yearly basis. It's been that way for a long time. Remember last year, C.J. Stroud. I know we're talking about C.J. Stroud here, but bear with me. He walked all over the Buccaneers last year. I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm like, do something. Guys, they're just going to keep running that. Please stop them. No, rookie quarterback, just keep bombing it on them. The only rookie quarterback they've ever shut down, even a little bit, was Bryce Young last year. And some of his best games were against the Bucs. I'm like, help me out here, guys. I'm going to bat for you.
So you think Jaden's going to take it to him?
I think we're going to get the W. But I think it's going to be a hard-fought W. I wouldn't take the Buccaneers spread. I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't take it. It's got me worried.
Bucks are 3.5 point favorite.
I would definitely take Commanders spread on that. A field goal, they got me worried, but I do believe we can pull out the dub.
Over under is 43.5 on this game.
Give me the over.
I'm not a betting man.
Taking the over.
Preach does not condone betting.
We know that.
But
Give me the bet. Give me the over because the Bucks will score 3 touchdowns themselves.
okay.
So,
Sean, where are you laying on this one?
I'm taking the Bucks.
Really? What are you doing?
My bad.
Sean, who are you taking?
The Bucks.
absolutely.
Man, I think that Jaden Daniels is going to run all over this defense, and that is why I think the Washington Commanders are going to win this game.
Did you know about the rookie curse before?
No,
I said that?
absolutely not.
Okay.
I just
All right.
think that Jaden Daniels is going to run all over this defense.
I get it.
Scary Terry's there. You talked about Scary just 2 minutes ago. Scary Terry's right there.
I
Let's move it on to the nightcap on Sunday night.
I'm not ready to move on.
Oh,
We haven't talked any fantasy implications whatsoever.
sorry.
Starting Scary Terry is a scary move with Jamel Dean on his ass. That's all I've got to say. Antoine Winfield watching the skies. No big plays are coming down. Rashad White is an automatic start because that defense won't be able to contain that. And obviously, my boy Mike. He's about to walk all over them Commanders. He's about to be in the end zone, catching a fade, dropping his nutsack right on the next cornerback's face.
Interesting.
Coming down for that 6-point dub.
Okay.
Good luck bleeping that. They're going to know I said nutsack.
Sean, got anything on this one?
Anyway.
Anyhow, let's move to the nightcap.
Yes, let's do the nightcap.
The Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams. Are we starting Blake the Great on this one?
No.
No.
No. I'd be worried about starting Kyron. That Lions defense is no joke.
He's high on Kyron.
I am.
though.
I'm rolling with it. I got to.
Yeah, I mean,
Would you start Kyron?
I am.
Oh,
when you pick someone that high, you kind of.
you kind of got to.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions.
Whole bunch of people starting.
Ooh! Jahmyr Gibbs said he's playing. He said he's good with his hammy.
Yeah.
I think his carries will be limited still, though. I think they're not telling us the full truth. If you have Montgomery, start his ass. Boom!
Laporta,
Of course.
Brown. You going to start Goff?
Against who?
The Rams.
Yeah. I would start Goff. Obviously, if you have a better, if you got one of the top 5 guys, no. But if you're dabbling down there with, the Dax and all that kind of stuff, I'd start Goff.
Puka, Cup, Kyron.
Definitely starting Cup. It's way too high in Cup.
Are you starting
him.
Puka?
No. Not on the train.
I know you're not on the train, but would you?
I mean, some people, you have to if you're one of the people that took him in the
That's
second round.
correct.
Well, guys, I mean, if you're married to him, you're gonna take him.
I'm hearing you, buddy. That's not. Bless you. That's not my cup of tea. Is all I can say about that.
Here's the real question: oh no, didn't Terry trade him?
Whoa. We're
Didn't-
back in our league.
Didn't Terry have
Golf?
golf?
I don't think so, man.
He didn't have golf.
No, man, I don't think so.
He's got him in Baller Brothers.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. Okay. Do you think he's starting golf this week?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is a Lions homer, so.
Yes.
No, he has Allen in the Baller Bros.
Yeah.
So, no.
No.
Sorry, we're getting a little off track.
We got too
with
many
that.
leagues with
Too many?
Well,
Not enough.
I mean, okay, too many. Like with Terry and
America.
everybody in that. But, so who do we have on this one?
Lions.
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 All day
Oh,
long.
of course. All right,
Is it at Ford Field?
that is in Ford
I
Field.
believe
Yes.
so.
Stafford's
Mm.
coming back again?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to ban the Stafford jersey this time, too. Not going to lie. That was kind of bullshit.
It was.
That's not cool.
I think it was a little bit, especially. I understand why they
Me too.
why, but
I don't like it.
I don't like it, especially for how much that man did to your team.
Correct. They, yeah.
If it was if it was this year, week 1 of the no golf jersey, I get that, but it was the first time he showed up in your plays.
When Brian Dawkins left the Eagles, I don't remember where he went. Was it the Broncos? Dawkins. Anyway, when he came back to Philly, when they versed whatever team it was, everybody wore their Dawkins jersey to pay respect for that man, everything he did. And I'm not gonna lie, Stafford was robbed of that.
Yeah, I definitely
was.
think so. Do we want to get on to the Monday game?
Sean does.
Sean's really excited about this Monday
He
game.
is.
He is.
Give me the Niners.
Really?
I didn't even get to the game.
Sorry.
Oh,
The New York Jets versus the San Francisco 49ers.
the Bay Area baddies.
Give me the Niners. Fantasy, fire up. I know Jets got a solid defense. Fire up C-Max. Fire up Debo. Fire up Kittle. Fire up Ayuk.
Don't fire up Ayuk. That's off-season rust is going to be in full effect. I am very worried about Ayuk for week 1. Not anything after that. Just week 1. I am nervous about Ayuk.
Okay, on the other side, you got Bijan, Garrett Wilson. Or not Bijan, sorry. Brian.
Oh,
Just throw them all. How many flags do you... I'm throwing your own
so on the other side, you got Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson. Going up against...
Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers, too.
Yeah,
Bring that old man in there.
Okay. Give Rodgers his flowers. I get it. He's
get
got a
it,
pretty
too.
tough matchup.
He does. I won't lie. He's got a hell of a matchup coming up to him. I believe that the Niners are going to take it home. It's not going to be as hard fought as some people might think. I think the Jets are blown a little bit out of proportion. The only chance they have, in my opinion, is Ayuk being even more rusty than I think he's going to be. That's it.
Warner's going to feast.
Preach, what say you?
Is Aaron Rodgers going to kill or tear his Achilles?
God, don't even say that, dude. So, funny story about Rodgers tearing his Achilles last year is Evo 12. That's in our Gridiron Goons League. Huge Packers fan. Just like our boy Preach here. So, I called him as soon as Rodgers signed with the Jets. I called him. And he said... You're get ready with the bleep button. He said...
Wait.
Okay, all right. Anyway.
All right, go ahead.
So, he said... Oh, he went to the Jets, did he? And I said, yes, he did. And he said, well, I hope he fucking dies. And I said, whoa! Really? He said, absolutely. He left my team. I can't stand him anymore. And I was like, damn, bro, he brought you a Super Bowl like 10 years ago. He's like, that was 10 years ago! And I've only talked to him once or twice since. I think he's still mad. Anyway, he was extremely excited when he ruptured his Achilles.
Whoa.
What?
Dude, I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
He said, good. If he'd have been a Packer, he wouldn't have did that.
Well, yeah, because they weren't going to play at MetLife.
Dude, that damn MetLife.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I think he'll have, obviously, a decent season. But, I mean, what?
Nothing,
Are you
man.
not agreeing with a decent season?
I am. I think he's going to make Garrett Wilson's season
Like, are you
absolutely stupid.
challenging decent season here?
I can't challenge decent season when Rodgers' name's involved.
I'm just glad
can't.
Brock is protected.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord
Dude,
almighty. Here
Tell
we
your
go.
Mr. Irrelevant to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I'm about sick of it.
he's not. He's going to have a sophomore slump, man.
Oh, well, I mean, it's technically his
Well,
third.
his
Yeah.
third year. But, okay, his sophomore starting slump.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
I actually think this game's probably going to be a little bit closer than a lot of people are going to say.
I got the Niners by 10.
I
What's the spread?
4.5.
I got it
Niners
by 9.5.
favorite.
I'll take that.
I'm gonna go with the Niners, but I do think it's gonna be closer than what some people say.
So if you were a betting man, you would take the Jets spread to be within 4 points.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Preach was a betting man, but
I know.
But
Trust me, I know. I get an earful every time I talk about FanDuel. I just told him that he has to at least let me live a little on the pod.
yeah, you know,
Speaking about living a little,
yeah.
we have this.
Once again,
Here we go.
Preach does not condone gambling or the gambling addictions of his friends, but Evo has the gamble for Sunday's parlay. It's a lengthy one, so buckle up, ready to go.
I have a crippling gambling addiction. Anyway, we're betting on 5 separate games, 6 legs in total. Buckle up, baby. We're in for the ride. We got Bijan Robinson to score a touchdown. We have Pat Freiermuth to go over 25 yards. We have Tua Tagovailoa to go over 266.5. We have Josh Allen to go over 30.5 rushing yards. We have Deontay Johnson, even though I said earlier I'm kind of worried. I still think 48.5 is a little low, so I took the over on that. And Amari Cooper against the boys' defense over 57.5. Notice, everything except for the Bijan touchdown was overs, because I believe truly that those are low. Those are low projections. Think about Freiermuth catches 2 passes over the middle for first downs. He might already have that. Mm-hmm. Bijan to score the touchdown. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Yes, I know it's the Steelers. Yes, I know their defense is crazy. But Bijan's a hell of a running back. Tua, I've already said earlier, I think he's going to eat the Jaguars' defense alive. And Allen plus 30 on that trash-ass defense that the Cardinals have? Sign me all the way up. Deontay Johnson, I said, 50 yards isn't hard for a wideout one, no matter what team they're going up against. And like I said, his over-under is 48.5. Sign me up. Amari Cooper was actually the one I was most concerned about. I'm not going to lie. The 57.5. Amari Cooper, I'm not high on, as we all know. But he is a very crispy route runner. Trayvon Diggs, coming off of his knee? His ankle? It's a very severe injury last year. Is more than likely going to be guarding Amari Cooper. So he's going to be rusty. I think he might break a big one. That is a $10 wager for a $425 payday.
Not too shabby.
So if we smack the one on Thursday and we smack this one, we're going to make over $900 this weekend, boys. Sign me up. Preacher, sorry, you don't get any money. Sorry. We're rolling it into the pod.
All right, anything else, boys?
No, I'm good. I can't wait for Thursday.
I can't wait for football in general.
Well, today's Saturday that they're hearing the pod, so we would have already watched Thursday.
Damn. You're a professional.
Man, anyhow.
We'll have to cut that out.
No, we're definitely not cutting that out. No bloopers this week.
Leaving it raw.
Right in there. Anyhow, if you haven't liked, subscribed to the pod on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment down below. If you're listening to on Spotify, we appreciate you. Give us a rate. Participate in our poll. We're going to have a good poll this week. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm Preach.
Sean Mac.
And I'm Brandon, and this is us, the Gridiron Goons at the Gridiron Goons Studios. Remember this. Play your bets risky. This is your week.